Welcome back to This Is a Commander channel, where this is a Commander channel, and today I'm going to be talking about Commander, tough rules, and cool interactions, episode 153. Today's episode is going to take a look at a strange situation that can pop up when you have an effect that places a limitation on attackers and blockers, but then you attack in such a way that it complicates that blocking part. Probably didn't make sense, we'll see. So let's jump into this one. Myriad Weatherlight Duelist isn't the most popular Selesnya commander, but she is pretty popular in the 99 for a lot of decks that try to do the whole pillow fort technique. She has two static abilities. The first one says, whenever Myriad Weatherlight Duelist attacks, each opponent can't block with more than one creature this combat. And her second one says that as long as Myriad Weatherlight Duelist is tapped, no more than one creature can attack you each combat. Now, this is the fixed wording on this sort of effect, as it states that each opponent can't block with more than one creature. But what about some of the older cards like Dueling Grounds and Silent Arbiter, which both say that no more than one creature can attack each combat, and also that no more than one creature can block each combat? They don't have that stipulation of each opponent can block with no more than one creature. So I've covered in previous episodes that something like a Silent Arbiter does not stop additional creatures that come in tapped and attacking, either from an ability that puts a creature out, tapped and attacking, or one that creates tokens that are tapped and attacking. But I never really covered how to handle the blocking aspect of this. So if I attack with just my Battle Angels of Tyr, which has Myriad, while you control a Silent Arbiter, we know that the Myriad tokens still come in tapped and attacking, and that they're never actually declared as an attacker. So the Silent Arbiter does not stop that. But how do we handle the blocks? The Myriad ability will create a token that is tapped and attacking for each of the other opponents. So in a 4-player game, this means that you'll have the original attacking angel and then two other opponents, each with a token copy of that angel that is attacking them. But the Arbiter says that no more than one creature can block each combat. It doesn't have that stipulation of each opponent can only have one blocker per combat. So, does this mean that only one of my 3 opponents is able to block this combat, and that the other 2 angels are essentially unblockable? Do we handle this via app-nap order? Active player, non-active player? Well, man, we don't really have to. Sadly for me, and luckily for my 2 opponents, they still get a chance to block despite the Arbiter saying that they can't. We have to take a look at the comprehensive rules and head to section CR 802.4b that says, when determining whether a defending player's blocks are legal, ignore any creatures attacking other players and any blocking creatures controlled by other players. So essentially, the effects from the Arbiter and a card like Dueling Grounds have a sort of limited range of influence, and each defending player just straight up doesn't care about what the other players are doing in their own personal battles. This is clearly a case of how reading the card does not, in fact, explain the card, but that is how that with a Silent Arbiter out, you could actually have 3 creatures in a single combat, each being declared as blockers. Anyhow, that's all I've got for today's episode. As always, I hope that all of you found this video to be entertaining at least, and I hope that a few of you have even learned something about the crazy rules in this great game of Magic. Have a good one. Ta-ta!